Okay guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's battle we are battling a larger battle as usual. We are using 1500 points in total for each side. And today's battle are Khorne Chaos Space Marines or World Eaters as you prefer versus the mysterious Dark Angel chapter. But before we present our two armies to you, we have to announce and establish the winner of the draw from the 3 Battle Sisters, which we announced 2 weeks ago in our latest 40k battle report. So only 2 people are interested in winning the 3 Battle Sisters. So I have the names on the 2 sheets of paper, so I will randomize them a little bit, and then the winner is, it's Guillaume. Congratulations, Guillaume, for the 3 Battle Sisters. Maybe it's best you send us a comment below the video with your email or something, so that we contact you in order to send you the 3 Battle Sisters. Or I will figure out, maybe I can contact you via YouTube, but we will get in touch together so that we'll send you the 3 Battle Sisters. Again, congratulations, and after a short break we present our 2 armies for today's battle. Okay, these are the 1500 points of World Eater Space Marines. The army is led by a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor, who wields a demon weapon and is equipped with the Collar of Khorne and the Displacer Field. And he has also lightning claws on one hand. Furthermore, I have got a mighty champion on Juggernaut, who is equipped with a bolt pistol, chainsword, power fist and Mark I plasma pistol, and he has a refractor field. Furthermore, I have got 3 Chaos Terminators. 2 of them are equipped with a Reaper autocannon and all have chain axes as well. And of a squad of 8, of course, because it's the number of Khorne, of 8 Khorne Berserkers, who are led by a aspiring champion of Khorne. In the warp are 6 Bloodletters with the huge swords, hoping to join the battle. As you know, it's you have to gain summoning points in order to call the demons from the warp. In the case of the Khorne army, each hit caused in hand-to-hand combat, you gain 1 summoning point. If the bearer marks the mark of Khorne, you even gain 2 summoning points. And in the psychic phase, demons could be summoned in packs of 3, so I have a total of 6 demons, so I can call them down either in a pack of 3 or together with 6 demons. Furthermore, I have a Blood Slaughterer. It's a really old model. He is equipped with a Power Axe and a Power Scourge and a Twin-Linked Heavy Bolters. Furthermore, I have a Chaos Rhino in order to transport the Khorne Berserkers as quickly as possible to the enemy. Maybe it's not a good idea to put them in this kind of coffin, but I think they are not so fast, so I think it doesn't make sense to send them over the battlefield, but we will see after deployment. And finally, one special toy of the Khorne army is the huge cannon of Khorne, which is operated by 2 Khorne cultists. And I think in the first shooting phase, if it still survives the first round, you will see how it works and fires towards the enemy. Okay guys, these are my 1500 points of Khorne Chaos Space Marines, and Marcus will present you now his Dark Angels in no time.
Here are my 1500 points of Dark Angels. At the left side you can see a Dreadnought. It's armed with Assault Cannon, Power Fist and a Stormbolter. My Tech Marine, a Chaplain. I think the only thing I added to the basic Chaplain was a Crack Grenade for 3 points. And the Space Marine Captain. The Space Marine Captain has got a Jump Pack, Displacer Field, a Power Fist and a Power Sword. And the Tech Marine has got a special weapon. Right behind them you can see a combat squad of a tactical squad, including a flamer. Behind them the first combat squad of an assault squad. They only have got bolt pistols and chainswords as well as them, but the sergeant is a veteran sergeant. All of them have got jump packs. And behind them you can see a combat squad of a Devastator squad, including a missile launcher. I got the old model and a heavy plasma gun. And the others have got bolters. And behind them you see my Land Raider. So it's not power play, no Terminators, and the only weapons included are the two over there, the Assault Cannon and the less cannons and heavy bolters on my Land Raider. I hope this will suffice, but let's see.
Okay guys, that's the end of the deployment of the two forces. As you know, the Chaos Space Marines have a strategy rating of 3 concerning deployment, so they have to deploy their forces first. Both sides have drawn 2 strategy cards, and I have to use one of them during the deployment. It's the Ambush strategy card. And yeah, I've ambushed the battlefield. My first thought was to put the Khorne Berserkers into the Rhino, but due to the ambush strategy card, I'm allowed to put them up to 24 inches into the battlefield. So I decided to put them into the forest, and they are hidden, and I could even put them in Overwatch. So that's quite nice because they are nearer to the enemy. The rest of my forces are deployed in the normal fashion. So on my left flank I've put the Bloodslaughterer and the Juggernaut of Khorne with the champion on it. The Cannon of Khorne in the center of the battlefield, as well as the Chaos Rhino. And in the hills on my right flank I put my Army Commander and my Terminator squad. And the 6 Bloodletters are still in the warp, waiting to be unleashed upon the enemy.
And we've also agreed to regard this as a second forest made of crystals. Okay. I put my Devastator combat squad onto the hill. There's one half of the assault combat squad over there, right next to the tactical combat squad, including a flamer. My Tech Marine is right behind my Dreadnought. The Land Raider is rather central, and next to it, at the right side of it, are my Jump Pack units, the second combat squad of the assault squad, and my Army Commander and our Chaplain.
Okay, so we do the roll off for the start of the battle. For starting the battle, both of us have a strategy rating of 5. So I've got a total of 8. You got 9, so the Dark Angels start with the first turn.
Okay, that's the end of my first movement phase. This one moved a little towards the enemies so as not to counter stationary, as well as my Dreadnought. These 2 combat squads went on Overwatch and most of the others can't do anything or will try and shoot. Okay, let's start with my heavy plasma gun onto this Terminator. I've got a ballistic skill of 5, which is 3+, target at 2+, -2 for hot cover is 4+ to hit, and maximum energy. On a 4, yep, I hit, and that's bad for you, because it's got a 1.5 inch blast marker. So technically I can get the second one. Oop. That's 1.5. Yeah. Okay. So this one is in on a 4+ because it's touched. No. And the main target will get a strength 10 hit, which is 2+. Yep. And now you've got -6, so you've got a 9+ honor save. No. So 1 Reaper dead. Oh, that was great. Would have caused me a lot of trouble. Okay, the second one is my missile launcher onto the Rhino. This time I think I'll hit on a 2+. Yep, I hit. So where did I hit? Number 2. Oh, maybe tracks if I'm lucky.
That's the hull?
But I'm not lucky. Okay, I've got D6 plus D10 plus 8. No. 9 plus 8 is 17. That's not enough.
That's 20.
Yeah. And on we go with my Dreadnought. Ballistic skill of 6. It's technically 1+, plus targeter is 0+, -2 is 2+, onto this one with its assault cannon. I hit. So let's see how many dice we get. 3 dice. Oh, 2 gems and 1 hit.
But can you re-roll one?
I can ignore one because
okay.
It's Dreadnought mounted, but it's still a gem. Okay, and I've got 1 strength toughness 2+. Yep, and you've got a Terminator save at -3, which is, I think, yeah, that's a lot. You've passed it. And now I've got my Land Raider left. Yeah, I'll try his heavy bolt or its heavy bolters onto your Terminator once more. They are twin linked, so if I hit, I've got force and fire dice. No, that's not enough. And then the twin linked Lascan at the left side at the Rhino. Four is okay. So I only roll once for the location. 5.
It's again the hull.
Okay.
So 3d6 plus 9, I think.
The first one.
Be enough. 9 plus 9 is 8 to know.
And the second one.
20. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Penetrates the armor.
Yeah. So what happens? 2.
A large explosion tears through the crew compartment. Roll a d6 for each model on board. Okay, there's no model on board.
You're lucky it didn't
On a roll of 4, 5 or 6, they're hit and killed. But each model on board, that means the driver as well. Okay, so you have to roll on a 4+, it's killed.
1.
No.
Survived the blast. Okay, and we've got 1 twin-linked Lascan left. This one is aimed at, because my arc of my line of sight in the fire arc, I'll aim at your cannon of corn. I think I should hit on a 2+. Yep. And you've got different locations probably as well. So I'll just roll once for the 2. 1.
That's the wheels. So 3d6 plus 9.
Okay, the first
And it's 17.
might be possible, but not like that. This is 8 plus 9
Yeah,
is 17.
17,
Okay.
yeah. It's penetrated because you reach the armor value.
And the second one.
Yeah.
Second one is
Okay,
quite
both.
high. So I can roll twice on the chart. 2 5s.
Okay, a wheel is destroyed. The cannon of Khorne moves out of control next turn and then comes to permanent halt for the rest of the battle.
Okay.
So we put an out of control marker nearby.
And that's it for shooting. We don't have a psychic phase, so if you don't want to do a psychic phase because of summoning your demons, but you don't have hits in hand-to-hand combat yet, then my turn is over.
Okay, that's the end of the movement phase of the first turn of the Khorne Chaos Marines. The Blood Slaughterer accelerated and moved behind the forest. The Khorne Berserkers tried to charge the enemy army commander, but were able to reach him from a distance, so they just ran towards the enemy.
How far would the triple charge have taken them? I think
12
close
inch.
to.
So they only ran 8 inches. The Juggernaut moved as fast as he can towards the enemy because they are all Khorne. Of course, they have to charge the enemy. The Rhino is a little bit useless because it didn't transport any troops and it has no weapons to harm the enemy, so just move slightly towards the enemy.
It'll draw fire.
The 2 Terminators remain stationary, and I try to shoot with the Reaper cannon at the Land Raider, hopefully penetrating maybe the tracks if he hits, and the Army Commander charge towards the enemy because it doesn't make sense to let him stand in the hills because he has no ranged weapon as well. So I used my second strategy card. It's the bombing run, and I decided to put the first template over there. And first of all, it travels the 6 inch in the direction of the arrow. So 6 inches.
So it's between the sergeant and
And now I have to roll with the D12 to nominate the other templates. So it's 12.
Yeah.
It's 10.
I think.
And finally,
If you roll a 2, maybe.
it's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe only the 2 guys there. Okay, so
So let's roll for the sergeant.
It works like a heavy flamer, so strength 5. Yes, yes. Okay, both are hit.
And they suffer a -3 if it's a heavy flamer.
Counts as a heavy flamer, yeah.
So 6 plus for him, no, and 6 plus for the bolt gun guy, no. Both are dead.
Okay, and that were my strategy cards for this game.
And now you've got your Terminator left, aiming probably at the tracks of my Land Raider.
Okay, shooting with his Reaper autocannon. Hitting on 2s. No. Okay, that's the end of my first turn.
So that's the end of my second movement phase. The heavy plasma gun, who has to recharge Marine, moved into squad coherency. The 2 combat squads below remained on Overwatch. I turned my jammed, but no longer, only for this turn, jammed Dreadnought towards the advancing Blood Slaughterer, Juggernaut and Khorne Berserkers. The Land Raider moved forwards, and then I withdraw at the right flank, because if my army commander and the jump pack assault marines had charged, they would probably, because of the army commander, have killed the Khorne Berserkers, but then they'd have had to fight the Bloodletters, the Juggernaut of Khorne and the Blood Slaughterer, and this would have been their end. So they just jumped back some inches so that I can do some shooting and neglect the summoning points for the demons. Okay, let's start with shooting. The first one is atop. My missile launcher would try to do his luck again. I can choose between your army commander and the next vehicle is your Rhino. I think I'll do the Rhino once more. Okay, 2 hit on a 2. Yep. So where did I hit? 6. It's probably the hull again.
The weapons.
The weapons? Okay. The cracked missile has got d6 plus d10 plus 8. So let's see. If you're lucky on the d10, it should suffice. No, 4 plus 8.
That's 12. Okay, that penetrated.
Okay, this was lucky. And what happens?
And
5.
A Rhino after all. The Rhino's bolter and assault launchers are destroyed.
Okay.
So he's completely harmless.
Well,
He can only ram, but
still
he
ram.
can't travel beyond the
rocks.
So
okay, so we've only got the only heavy weapons I've got left are mounted on my large one. So let's aim the right combi of twin-link glass cannons onto this one. On a 2. Yep. Where did I hit? 2.
it's the hull once more.
3d6 plus 9. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. And the second one? No, that's
9
only 9. 18.
Okay, 1 hit.
1 hit.
6.
6 is great.
A spark ignites the Rhino's fuel tank and it bursts into flames.
Okay, so this one is
killing
gone.
everybody on board. The flaming wreck moves out of control, next turn, and then explodes.
But we needn't.
Anything within a 3-inch, but he
We
can't.
can remove it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he won't be able to harm others. Okay, so I've got my twin-linked heavy bolter left and the twin-linked glass cannon. I'll aim my twin-linked glass cannon onto the enemy army commander and the twin-linked heavy bolter on him as well. Let's start with the bolter. To hit. Yep. These are 4 dice of sustained fire, but won't be enough against Displacer and Terminator armor. 4 hits and 4 and 2 in a jam. So I've got 6 hits. Strength 5 versus your toughness 5 probably.
Yeah.
So 6 dice on 3 plus, on 4 plus. Yeah. Three of them, and now you've got 3 Terminator saves and 3 Displacer saves. Terminator saves at past second. It's only -2 or stuff like that. And the third one, I think that's okay, because the heavy bolter is only -2 or -3. So you don't even need to do your Displacer. And we've got the twin glass cannon. This one might harm a little more. No. So now we've got them left. My assault units. I think they use their bolt pistols onto your... Yeah, it's 16. Can you measure please the first? None of them are. So we can skip
Maybe this guy.
our 2 hit ones.
But yes, the shoot around the corner, I think.
Okay. So let's leave it out. Some others have got special weapons but are facing the wrong direction or stuff like that. Okay. And that's it for my second turn.
Okay, it's the end of the second turn of the World Eater army. My coin berserkers, including the Blood Slaughterer, ran towards the enemy. Although it would be the end in the next turn if Assault Can and Jump Marines shoot their Assault Can and bolt pistols, but it doesn't make sense to let them cover or something.
They are just cannon fodder for your Blood Slaughterer.
And at least Khorne doesn't mind whose blood is spilled on the battlefield. The Juggernaut tried to charge but wasn't able to reach the enemy, so remained somewhat in the open. The army commander moved into the Crystal Wood So at least he will survive the third round. And the Terminator, the only one with a weapon who can shoot, draws again to shoot at the Land Raider.
Yeah. This time you hit.
This time he hits.
Just roll your sustained fire dice.
Okay, 6.
Not your sustained fire dice first, because you've got 2 sustained. 6 would be...
Maybe it doesn't make sense.
Less cannon. It's 19. It's
okay,
around 19.
2d6 plus 8.
Yeah.
And let's see how many hits I score. So I can re-roll it to the auto cannon. So it was a 3, so 5 hits in total.
Okay.
Okay. I need... What is the...
5 or 19 because of the reinforced.
19?
And if you got 19, you're through.
So
normally it would be 18.
11 or 12. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Okay. That was the end of my turn. It's getting quicker and quicker.
Yeah. And we'll be back at the end of my third movement phase. So that's the end of my third movement phase of our 5 turns in total, which we agreed on, and we didn't take mission cards. As you can see, my Dreadnought moved and turned towards the advancing hordes of Khorne Berserkers in order to neglect them hits in close combat once more. But the real enemy is right behind them. It's a tough one. It's our Blood Slaughterer. And my army commander, together with the Chaplain, charged the Chaos Champion on the Juggernaut. My Land Raider just moved a little, and the greatest change of movement was the leap of my close combat squad. It would have been nonsense to charge the Khorne Berserkers, so I tried to get closer to the remaining Chaos Terminators, and I played Sabotage on them, so they have to roll first if they've got enough ammunition. Because of the enemy army commander with weapon skill, don't know, 7, 8, 9, and lots of other close combat qualities close to my deployment zone, I put all of them on Overwatch, including my Tech Marine, who's got a special weapon, I think a plasma gun or a melter gun. We've got the Flamers over there, and of course my heavy weapons at the top of the hill. Okay, so the only shooting which is going to be done, because of the twin-linked heavy bolters are jammed and I can't see the enemy army commander inside the Crystal Forest, will be the twin-linked les cannon onto your Terminator, but it's at -2, so normally I've got 2+, so this time it's on 4+. No. And my assault cannon into the advancing horde of the Khorne Berserkers. 2 is enough, and now we've got 3 sustained fire dice. 3, and I can take the jam from over there. 4 hits. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of the first 4 gets a single hit. Are they? Yeah, I think all of them are the same. So I can roll 4 dice. Strength toughness 2+. 1, 1. So 3 would be dead, and you've got 3 armor saves at -3.
5 up armor save.
Yeah.
Oh, only 1 is dead.
Well, it's great. And on we go with our close combat. This one is really interesting. Okay, both of your model is 2 models in 1, and both of them are going to fight separately.
Okay, where do you want to start first?
I'd like to start with my army commander onto your Juggernaut.
Is he immune to psychology? Because he causes fear.
That's why I used these to attack. Both of them have got immune because they're members of the inner circle.
Okay, then begin.
Okay, my army commander with Power Sword and Power Fist onto your Juggernaut. I've got 4 attacks because of the 2 close combat weapons. No ones, that's great. And Alex has got a 1 and a 3.
Genau, combat score of 6.
I've got 7 plus 5 is 12, charging 13, your 1 is 14. And you've got?
6.
So I've got 8 hits with my Power Fist. I think this should be enough.
So 8 times 2 plus.
But you've got your demon save. Oh. Okay, the 1 won't do, whereas the others are okay. So I've got 7 Power Fist hits, which would be 7 wounds.
Yeah, okay, the Juggernaut is killed.
Okay. Luckily, yeah.
The rider isn't attached to the Juggernaut.
I bought it this way.
Okay, who's next?
On we go. With my, let's say, my army commander onto your champion.
So it's counted as the second attack of
for you. So I got 5 attack dice. No 1, that's great, and 1 6.
Good, also 1.
So the ones, I've got 1 and you've got 1, so we'll remove them. Now I've got 6 plus charging is 7. Weapon skill 7 is 14. Second attacker is 15.
No, for me it's counting second attacker. Because
Okay. So I've got 6 plus weapon skill 7, 13, charging 14.
I've got 12.
Okay, so I've got only 2 hits with my Power Fist. Strength toughness 2 plus. And then you've probably got 1 field save.
Do I have an armor save?
Yeah, I think so. If you
Does
scroll.
the Power Fist have a save modifier?
Power Fist. This one has got -5.
No,
But I think you've got a shield.
I've got a
haven't you?
reflector field. No, okay.
So you've got 1 wound.
And it's causing only 1 wound.
Power Fist, I think it's only 1 wound.
Okay, then I've got 1 wound left.
So therefore the chain, the power claws or lightning claws are better against like demons and stuff like that.
Okay, then.
And now we've got my chaplain. My chaplain. It's got 3 dice and a weapon skill of 6, and it's now I'm the second attacker.
I've got 10. 11.
Okay, I've got 5 plus 6 is 11, charging 12, being the second attacker is 13.
So 2 hits.
And I'm going to strike with my, I seldomly use it, but I think it's a Crozius. Close combat weapons.
Okay.
I think it's strength 5, but we'll look it up.
Okay. 4 plus 2. No. Okay, that's the end of the close combat.
Yeah.
And I think that's the end of your turn.
How many hits? You didn't score any hits for your demons. Okay.
I think they won't appear in this battle.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Okay, that's the end of the third turn of the remains of the Khorne Space Marines. My Terminators, due to the sabotage strategy card, they were unable to shoot. My former rider of the Juggernaut still is entangled in close combat and will probably be slain in this turn. The Khorne Berserkers charge towards the enemy, as well as the Blood Slaughterer. And maybe you noticed the out of control marker there, due to the incoming Overwatch fire from the missile launcher who destroyed the wheel. So we have to roll next turn in which direction he moves out of control.
But the 14 other...
My army commander tried to charge the enemy, but fell short of the distance, and I think almost all Dark Angels unleashed their Overwatch on the army commander and managed at least to get him set on flames. Yeah, that was all I can do. So we can
got our close combat left.
Close combat, yeah. Who fights first?
Well, I'll choose my army commander. This time only 4 dice.
Okay, 6 plus 5 is 11.
Power sword and power fist. 1, you'll get 2. I've got 2 ones, so you get 1 from me.
Okay, so I've got 12.
I've got 7 plus 6 is 13, 1 hit. Strength toughness 2 plus. Yeah. You got, I don't think you've got an armor save. No. So you've got 1 hit.
Field, yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
Okay, then you're chaplain. Okay, I've got 6 plus 6 is 12.
Got 2 attacks plus the 3rd dice for 2 close combat weapons, bolt pistol and Crozius Arcanum, and the 4th dice because of being the 2nd attacker. Okay, the ones cancel. Was this an old one?
No, this was from Frog.
Okay.
So I've got 12.
I've got 6 plus 6 is 12, 1 from you.
No, not 1 from me.
No, so both of us have got 12.
No, you the 2nd attacker. So
okay, so I've got 1.
So 1 hit.
Our Crozius Arcanum is strength 5 versus your toughness 4 or 5. Let's just roll.
No.
That's not enough. Okay.
The remaining close combat.
I'm locked in deadly combat.
That's the end of my
3rd.
My 3rd turn.
So that's the end of my 4th, the one next to the final movement turn. My assault squad has succeeded in charging the remaining 2 Chaos Terminators.
Yeah, I think we acquitted 3 assault units on this Terminator and 2 on this one.
My leader and the normal one. This will be their last attempt at killing the enemy army commander. They'll try crack grenades this time. Even the flamer guy, they will try their luck again with their bolt pistols, and they with the heavy weapons except for the recharging heavy plasma gun. My Land Raider can join in and use at least his left twin-linked glass cannon onto the enemy army commander and his twin-linked heavy bolters. This close combat will remain, and he can use his melter gun once more, my Tech Marine, and the Dreadnought will try and kill some more of the Khorne Berserkers before they succeed in charging it. Although I think the Dreadnought will be quite tough and last a little longer, especially because you can't charge it before your 4th turn. So we start with shooting right over there. First we've got the assault cannon into the Berserkers. I re-roll it. That's okay. We need 3 dice. We've got a jam and 2 ones. That's not a lot. Okay, strength toughness 2 plus, both of them. So 2 of them have got a 5 plus, or no, another 2 are dead. And now the first one will definitely, manage its triple charge next time. On we go with my Tech Marine. On, because of having emerged out of cover, it's on a 3, I think, because he's got a ballistic skill 5, which would be 2 normally. With his melter gun, no. Then we've got my large one, the Land Raider. He'll use his twin heavy bolters and the twin-linked glass cannon onto your army commander. Let's do the twin-linked glass cannons first. Yep, hit. Strength toughness 2 plus, twice, both of them. And you've got 2 minus 6. The first one is okay. And the second one at 8. No, that's not enough. Now you've got a 3 plus displacer, no. And now you'll get, let's look it up. Glass cannon is a little more. It's probably D6. Oh, 2D6, that's That might even suffice for your army commander.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 10 wounds.
Okay.
Okay, so we can skip this, which would have taken quite long, and go on with the close combat over there.
First.
This time I'll start with my chaplain. It's an interrogated chaplain, weapon skill 6, 2 attacks plus third dice for the 2 weapons. Now I've got 10.
It's the same, I've got 10 as well.
I've got an initiative of 5 probably.
And I've got an initiative of 6.
So you've got 1 hit.
Hey, 1 hit. So I've gained 2 summoning points. Okay. Then with the power fist. Yeah.
So this one has got 1 wound. My interrogator.
But he hasn't he across his Arcanum?
Yeah, he's got a 4+ save. Thanks. No. Okay, and now my army commander. He's got 5 attacks.
Got 9.
3, 2 attack dice, and second attacker. So
10.
I've got 11, 12. So my power fist 2 times, strength toughness 2+.
2 armor saves.
I don't think you've got some left because it's at -5.
Oh, -5.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's the Rosario, so it's not saved. So it's that.
Okay. And they'll do some follow-up moves towards over there and there.
Okay, then take close combat here. Okay, who starts?
Let's start over there at your normal Terminator guy with 3 Space Marines. But I've only...
Got 1 plus 5 is 6.
I've only got bolt pistols and chainswords. It'll take some time sawing him apart. I've got 8 charging 9 and your 1 is 10.
Okay, that's 6.
So 4 strength toughness 4+. 3 of them, and you've got 4 minus 1.
4 plus,
times?
4
Probably. Yeah. No, 3. First is made. Yeah. Okay. Now my
second attacker.
Second Space Marine gets an additional dice. That's not good. 9 charging 10, 12. So I've got 6 dice for strength toughness on 4s. 1 and 1 4+ Terminator armor save for you.
You got 6 hits in total, not really.
These were the first 3. Yeah. Okay. They are a little too weak with their chainswords. Now I've got 2. All of them. And my last one.
Third attacker. I managed to 3 times in a row, 1 for...
He's really stunned by the ferocious assault.
And 6 again.
I've got 5, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, 6 hits.
First 3 of them. 1. So 1 on a 4+.
No.
He's dead. Oh, this was lucky.
And the next are 2 guys on him.
I'll do the normal one first.
Only 1. Oh no, 5 this time.
So you win.
5
I've got 7.
Plus 5 is 10. Oh, 3 more summoning points. Now I have 5 in total. Okay.
I don't think they've got the Mark of Coin. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, but nevertheless, otherwise they would gain 2 summoning points per hit.
Because
so only 3 because they're not the Mark of
They
Coin.
were really expensive, the Terminators, because of the Reapers.
So 3 hits.
But the Reapers are great.
With his chain axe.
Oh.
So 2 hits, 2 wounds.
Hit -2 probably. I just rolled twice.
Yeah.
2 armor saves. If I don't have 2 5s, you needn't look it up. I rolled 1 and 2. This is not even the regular one.
-2.
Yeah. And I rolled 1 and 2. Okay. And now
What is that?
we've got my squad leader, my veteran sergeant, and he's got digital lasers. But we won't look it up, just do it normally. I've got 3 dice.
5.
And I can make you parry.
10.
So
11.
you get a 1 from me, and please parry. Okay, now it's great. 5, 5, 10, charging 11. Second attacker is 12.
So I've got 6.
Okay, we've looked it up. I've really got a power fist and a power sword, as well as digital lasers. We'll skip the digital lasers, but I've won the close combat, and I've got 5, 10, 12, 5 hits with my power fist, which should be enough. Strength toughness on 2s, yeah, all of them. And now you've got at -5. You've got 3, 5, 8 plus.
8 up. Yes.
First one, no.
One. Third one, no.
Okay, he's dead. Okay, this was my 4th turn, and I think on we go with your 4th turn.
Okay, that's the end of the 4th turn of the Khorne Chaos Space Marines. The Bloodslaughter went out of control because of the blown off wheel and comes to a permanent halt for the rest of the game. So he can shoot his heavy bolter 90-degree angle to the army commander. 3 Khorne Berserkers finally managed their charge onto the Chaplain, and the 2 other Khorne Berserkers in their frenzied state followed. That's all I've left of my army. So on to the only shooting from a Bloodslaughterer. It's a ballistic skill of 5, so we will hit on 2+. Yes. It's a twin-linked...
I've got 4 sized and fire dice for a heavy bolter.
So
yep, 3 hits.
3 plus 2. So
5 times strength.
Times 5
versus 5.
Toughness.
2 and 4.
The wound, so 3 wounds.
So technically the heavy bolt is -2, so I've got 3 5 plus power armor saves, and then my displacer 1. So I've got 2 displacer saves. No, not
2 displacer saves.
If it's -2, I've got 5 plus on the power armor. So
yeah,
I need 3. And the heavy bolter does somewhat damage. I think it's more than 1 wound. Okay, so I've managed 2 of my displacer field rolls.
Yeah, so D4.
Okay, and I've only got 3 wounds, so if you roll high, I'm dead.
3, yeah.
Okay, 3 wounds. This means bye-bye. Yeah.
I think I managed to kill 2 models of
at the top of victory.
At least the army commander is late.
Let's take a last picture of him. And I think he's got a name as well.
Okay.
Because I wrote Belial onto the shoulder pad back then, before I stopped painting around 2000. All of them I did for the Storm of Vengeance campaign. This was back then at university, and I think I did most of my power armor stuff.
Yeah.
And
then it was amazing in which amount of time you managed to paint almost the whole Dark Angels army.
And then there was
quite high standard, of course.
And then there was a painting gap of 23 years. And now, about 2 months ago, I really felt ashamed because not even the army commander of the Goblins was a painted model. So I bought some colors. Okay, there you go. Bye-bye.
Okay, then we have only, I think, the close combat of the Khorne Berserkers.
Against the Interrogator Chaplain.
Okay, they fight always the Chainsword and the aspiring champion with his power fist and Chainsword.
I've only got the Croziers and a bolt pistol, and I can't use the Croziers to parry, whereas you, I think, can do parries. Even if you're frenzied, which grants you another attack. I think you've got more attacks.
The attack are doubled.
Yeah.
So the first combat, normally you have an attack characteristic of 1.
Now it's
there's
got
2 attacks and 2 close combat weapons. Okay, first Khorne Berserker. Oh, sorry, this one is 2. 6 plus 4 is 10, charging 11.
I've got 11, 5 plus 6.
Okay.
And I've got an initiative with a weapon skill and ballistic skill of 6. I've got probably an initiative of 5 or 6.
Okay, then it's
so I've got 1 hit. I'll use the Croziers. 5 versus your toughness.
3 to
3, yeah, I did it, and I've minus 3, and it does D3 wounds. Yeah.
Then the next Corn Berserker gains 1 more attack because of the second attacker.
No ones.
It's 5 plus 4 is 9, charging 10, second attacker 11.
And
12.
1. And I've only got 11, so you've got 1 hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 another summoning because 7 now.
Yeah.
I can summon the last cycle because of the game, my demons. Okay, so 1 hit with the chainsword. Toughness 4 or 5?
5, I think.
5, so 5's to wound. No.
Because he's already an interrogator chaplain.
Okay, then my champion. I think he has only 1 attack. Yeah, as well. But with the frenzied state and the former attackers. Okay.
I've got 1. I've got no ones, but only 4. So I've got 10, 11.
13, 14.
You've got 3 hits.
So meaning 6 summoning points. So I have enough to summon all 6 demons.
Yeah.
Meanwhile. Okay, so 3 hits with his power fist.
Okay.
2's to wound. So 2 wounds.
So he's got 2 Rosarius thieves left, otherwise he'll be dead, because he's already got 1 wound. 2 on 4, I think, yeah. Both conversion done.
Okay.
I think it's similar to conversion field.
That's the end of my, or the end of the hand-to-hand combat. I think I wait for the demons.
Summoning.
But maybe all Corn Berserkers are shot down in the next phase.
Maybe I'll kill you with my assault cannon in the next phase, so it'll be better.
But we have to shoot in your close combat then, because the chaplain is already entangled. I don't know if he is so pleased if the other one is killed and he is killed by your own assault cannon. I don't know. Do you think?
No, I'd summon them.
But then they will shut down by your assault cannon.
You can put them over there, maybe. They have to be within 2 inches or
with a member of a mark of the corn, of course.
Put them at the other end of the close combat. So if this one continues, I think my Dreadnought won't be able to fire through the close combat. Okay. And let's say the others aren't able to do so as well.
Hooray!
Except for my heavy weapons, of course.
Hooray! Blood for the blood god! They're really the old metal models.
And most of our stuff is Rogue Trader, 2nd edition or early 3rd, 4th edition maybe.
Although they look a little bit uniform, but it's a great models because they're made of a single piece of metal. So I've got not a big concern if some weapons are broken or got lost for the in the transportation process.
Single piece metal solid ones are great. I've got Rogue
also
Trader,
the old Elder models,
10 Bloodletter ones.
Aspect Warriors.
Okay, but
I
think my on single piece models, because they are spider-like, the old Bloodletters. And I think the heads and torsos and legs are separate parts. So I'm really looking forward to gluing them and painting them one day. Because I really wanted to do to paint at least 1,000 points out of all my armies this year. But at the moment I've got the Wood Elves and my Dark Elves for 40k. So we've got the squads left, the Space Wolves. 1,000 points of Orcs will really be painful.
Yeah, there's a great
Imperial God
boon in using those demons, because as you see of the bases, you can in principle use them for Warhammer Fantasy as well. Put them in a regiment and charge towards the enemy. But now it's the end of my 4th turn and the final turn 5 of the Dark Angels commences in a minute.
Okay, my assault unit has tried to get into squad coherency once more. The Land Raider moved towards the mountain and then turned, because on slow speed it is able to do as many turns as it wants to do. All of the Power Armor Space Marines over there went on Overwatch in order to be able to shoot at the incoming horde of demons, whereas the Land Raider, the Dreadnought and the Tech Marine with its melter gun will try to kill the Blood Slaughterer. Maybe it explodes with a 3-inch blast radius. Okay, let's see. Let's do the Tech Marine first with a melter gun onto the Blood Slaughterer. 6, I hit it. Let's see where I hit it. 5.
Weapon? Oh no, body, sorry.
Body? Well, that's probably a lot, but the melter gun shouldn't be bad. Melter gun has got...
But you hit it from the side, I would say. So the armor value is 18.
Okay, I've got 2d6 plus 8.
No. So you can gain 20.
20 is the maximum.
You only have to reach 18. No.
No, that's not enough. Then let's try my sword cannon.
Good. Yeah.
Yep. But I think the assault cannon is even worse at armor penetration. Let's do 3 dice. Okay, no.
2 hits.
It's really bad this time, my assault cannon.
Oh. Okay, 2 hits.
Probably succeeded in killing 2 or 3 of the berserkers, but nothing else so far.
Yeah.
It's d6 plus d10 plus 8. d6 plus d10 plus 8. Okay,
where did you hit? Which location? 2 hits.
Through twice.
Okay, that's the body as well, so 18 to go.
First one.
So 9 plus 8 is 17.
Okay, not enough. And the second one. Oh,
Eight
that's
plus
great.
8 is 16 now.
Okay. That's a loser. Okay, so on we go. This time it's a little better. Yeah. Let's say one of the las cannons can't fire onto him, just onto one of the demons. So let's do 1 demon with my las cannon. You've emerged from nowhere. So let's say it's 1. Normally didn't hit. Yeah. And the other, the twin-linked one, hit.
Where?
Both las cannons, I think, will hit the same spot.
That's
6.
Weapon.
3d6 plus 9.
So 16.
First time. Oh,
yeah,
that's great. And the second one.
Okay. 2 times penetrated the weapon.
Hope for 6s. Oh yeah, 5 and 6.
I just read the result of the 6. The weapon is destroyed as above, but the explosion causes a flashback to the body, causing a secondary explosion there. Roll on the body damage table to find out what effect it has.
Once.
Oh.
Yeah. 5.
Body damage table. The Blood Slaughterer engine explodes and the vehicle is spun around to face in a random direction by the force of the explosion and then comes to a permanent halt. It may still shoot, but as you destroyed the weapon, I think we can remove the model as a whole. Okay.
So and then I could use my twin-linked heavy bolters
onto the demons.
Onto the demons.
Okay,
It's strength not. But it's a scale 4 target of would be 2 plus, let's say -1 for emerging from nowhere, emerging from the warp. No.
Okay.
Okay.
So the last close combat. And I fight with the normal corn berserker first. So I've got 4 plus 4 is 8.
No one, that's great because I get yours. 6 plus 6 is 12 and your one is 13.
Okay. 5 hits.
5 hits with my crochets. 3 plus. Strength 5 versus your toughness 4. So I've got 3 armor saves at -3.
5 plus armor save. No.
One is dead. And then your champion gets another dice. Yeah.
Okay, I've got 5 plus 5 is 10.
Oh,
Second
this
attacker
for sure.
11.
Yeah. I've got 9. And one from you is 10.
So 1 hit.
Yeah.
So power fist 2 plus, yes.
So all I have is my
4 plus unmodified save.
Rosarius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this was really lucky.
Okay. I think that's the end of your 4th turn. Because there's no psychic phase. And we'll be back
I'm lucky you don't have more demons to summon.
with the last turn. The last round of the Khorne Space Marines and the last round of the game as well. One Khorne Berserker finally managed to charge the Marine, and 4 of the demons managed to charge the Chaplain. So I have nothing to shoot. So maybe we can go on to the close combat.
Where would you like to start?
Technoid has a weapon skill of 5, so I don't... let's see. Okay, the Khorne Berserker will charge the Technoid. Oh, I rolled a 1. So I've got 4 plus 4 is 8.
Okay, I won't use
Charging
my
9.
Overwatch fire. He's really confident.
Have a 9.
Yeah. Got 2 dice and a weapon skill of 5. I've got 9 and you're 1.
Okay, so 1 hit.
Yeah, so bolt pistol or chainsword is the same. So
4 plus 2 wound.
yeah.
No. Okay.
That's it.
So finally, let's attack with the demons first. The Bloodletters have only a toughness of 3, which is not so good, but instead I have 2 attacks and a weapon skill of 5, which is very nice. So I'll start with the first of the demons, but he can't parry.
Okay.
Oh, they have the Hellblade. I can parry.
Nor can... Also, I can't parry, because they explicitly stated so in the description of the Cross's economy.
Please roll a 5.
Oh.
It's triple 1.
Yeah, and I've only got 7.
Okay, I've got 9, charging 10. 11, 12, 13. How much do you have?
I think it was 7.
7, okay. 13 to 7, meaning 6 hits. Strength 4, toughness 5.
5.
So 5 ups. So 2 wounds. With -1.
Power armor, yep, both of them.
Okay, then the second Bloodletter. I've got 6 plus 5 is 11, charging 12, second attacker 13.
I've got 12.
Okay, 1 hit. No. Then the third Bloodletter. 6 plus 5 is 11.
At least no 1.
Charging 12, 13, 14.
I've got 6 plus 4 is 10, plus your 1 is 11.
14,
so you've got
so
3 hits.
3 hits. So 2 wounds.
2 armor, power armor saves on 5s, one of them, and 1 4 plus. Yeah. So on we go with your 4th. It's got an additional 3 dice. No one.
So 6.
I think that's it. Yeah.
6.
I've got 12.
Maybe can we roll a 6 once more? So I've got a 6 plus 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
And I've got 12. 3 hits.
3 hits once more. So 2 wounds.
Power armor on 4. Yeah, both of them. And now you've got your champion of the Khorne Berserkers.
Attacks are double because of Frenzied.
Yeah, then 1 for double
1
close
for
combat
double
weapons.
close combat weapons, and then 4 dice for the attackers.
And not a single one.
So 2 6s.
Okay, my 3 dice. I've got 10.
Okay, I've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
I've got 10. So you've got 6 power fist hits on 2 plus strength toughness.
So 5 hits.
Hit -5. I can't use my power armor. I've got... Let's try. No. But if your mission had been, if you had had a mission card and your mission had been to kill my characters, you would have been really close to succeeding, because there's only the Tech Marine left at the moment.
Okay, that's the end of the game. I think we just for fun we calculate the victory points. Although it's a stunning victory for the Dark Angels, nevertheless. Then we'll be back after calculating the victory points with a short summary of the battle. Okay guys, blood for the Blood God, but unfortunately most of the blood spilled this time was the blood of the Khorne Space Marines. So congratulations, Marcus.
Thank you.
To the stunning victory. We have just calculated the victory points, and the Khorne Space Marines, in fact, they only managed to kill the 2 characters, but that's quite nice. The Army Commander of the Dark Angels as well as the Chaplain, thus getting a total amount of 3 victory points. Whereas the Dark Angels almost killed everything except the Chaos Demons, which appeared in the last turn of the battle, and the 3 Khorne Berserkers, thus receiving a total amount of 14 victory points for the Dark Angels, so it's 14 to 3. What went wrong with the Khorne Berserkers? Of course, it's a rather typical Khorne army. I didn't took any Dreadnought or something which can shoot a lot because it's not very Khorne-like. So I haven't too much options but to run towards the enemy, and due to the high mobility of the Dark Angels, they jumped always away from me. So I wasn't able to manage to get really close combat until the end of the 4th turn, I think.
At a level of 2,000 or 3,000 points, you might have other troop units which are a little faster. But I think the main problem was that I got the first turn, because the killing your the Cannon of Khorne
rather useless, because it didn't manage to send off one
single shot. Because if it had hit my mountain, my rock, if you imagine a 5-inch Blastmarker, just a single hit would have taken out most of my power armor guys. Unfortunately, back then, around 2000, I didn't paint any of the really tough Dark Angels units like the Land Speeders, the Raven Wings, or the Terminators. So most of my troops were power armored, and they would have suffered greatly.
And another a model which was quite disappointing this time was the Army Commander, because he ran forward and was in the end shot down. Okay, he drew a lot of fire, I think, for 2 turns. But maybe I should have let him go with the other, with the Khorne Berserkers. So it's a little bit more protected. But on the other hand, then I wouldn't have anything on the right flank. So yeah, it's quite difficult if you, with a movement capability of only 4 inches, to get into contact with the enemy.
And this lucky guy here survived the assault, the charge of the Khorne Berserkers.
Yeah, but in the end it was nevertheless a fun game. We hope it was not too boring for you to watch, because I think at the end of the first turn a lot of the Chaos Army was already destroyed, or wouldn't be able to reach the enemy the next turns. But hopefully you've seen quite nicely painted armies, in my opinion. A nice battlefield, and
I'm really looking forward to our next battle.
And as I said before, Khorne doesn't matter which blood is spilled on the battlefield.
Maybe we can add some other armies during this year, because as I've already mentioned, I'm painting Wood Elves and Dark Elders at the moment, and the others on my list for this year are my Khorne army, Orcs, Squads, Imperial Guard, Space Wolves, at least 1,000 points out of these forces. But it'll be really painful to do the 1,000 points of Orcs and Squads. And Imperial Guard.
I've now finished my 1,000 points of Elder.
Okay.
I don't think we've played with them yet, because I finished my Dark Reaper exam. So the 1,000 points for our usual army list are now completely painted as well.
And another thing which is next or upcoming is the Jubilee of our channel on YouTube. So maybe we'll show you Alex completely painted 1,000 points of Eldar against forces we might have expected to be at the end of the final of our into the Webway tournament. Okay, thanks for watching.
Catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.